There'll be some emotions now walking into Rupp Arena. There will be. For me, you're not going to erase from my mind what we've done there. And you can't erase history. It's what it was. For them, last year, some of the stuff we did was, and they were all part of it. Walking in, there'll be emotions. There'll be things that I'm going to walk in. Now, we walk in Friday night, so I get to run a little run through in Rupp. We'll be in there Friday night.
This is The Morning Rush.
Hey, good morning to everyone out there listening, all you beautiful people, except for the BBN Nation that have hopped on our airwaves and our social media pages, all you toothless, nitwit, inbreds that have suddenly latched on to our video feeds, our radio stations, hitthatline.com or Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. I have never had a fan base in near 7 years of working here. Tommy, you've got a few years on me that has listened to as much content that we create this week, outside of course, our great Razorback fans that I've seen Kentucky Nation do with us this week.
Well, thanks for helping build our metrics. We really appreciate that, and it's a darn shame we're not going to play them twice this year. That way we could build our metrics even more.
There's two people that I actually like in Kentucky. Dave Baker, who Chuck and Bo had on this morning, who you've heard on numerous Arkansas telecasts before back in the day. Tom Leach is the voice of the Wildcats. We had a 45-minute conversation when I was still a senior in college, and he was as kind and gracious to me, as well as Bob Kesslin, the Tennessee broadcaster, is retiring coming up in a couple months. So I have an admiration and a respect and a love for those. Matt Jones, to me, is the best sports media member in the SEC. He has built a behemoth with Kentucky Sports Radio. But everyone else, Big Blue Nation, they all suck. If you're listening right now and you're a Kentucky fan, go to hell. I hope your team loses tomorrow, even though they're 10.5-point favorites. We'll see what shakes out in Rupp Arena.
Hot Take Monday here on the. Is it not? No,
a few days late.
A few days late. It's Friday here. That means it's Fast Break Friday. Brought to you by QC Kinetics. Hey, it's always a nuisance when you get up in the morning and you start out with back, knee, hip, shoulder pain. Sometimes it's in my neck. I had problems with my shoulder, and they helped me with that. But if walking, climbing stairs, even getting in and out of the car hurts for you, it's time to call my friends at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These are orthobiologic cellular therapies, including PRP treatments that will revitalize your joints. 479-999-1234 is their number. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics in Northwest Arkansas.
So we got our Fitzman Friday picks coming up. Clay Henry, features editor, Whole Hog Sports, going to join us in about an hour. That's Brother Morgan's new song on The Problem. Are Kentucky fans part of the problem?
Brother Morgan.
Are they part of the problem why Cal left? I had a little self-reflection earlier this week when I just went in on the recent last 7-year Kansas City Chiefs fan, which is basically the same equivalent of what I've been with the Oklahoma City Thunder since they arrived in Bricktown and have been good for the majority of that franchise's tenure. So I had to take a step back a little bit. But are Kentucky fans part of the reason you think Cal left?
Well, they're maybe the biggest part of the reason. I mean, it just builds over time. I mean, preachers, basketball coaches, football coaches don't make it 15 years. Golf pros. You think about people that have to deal and be the face of of something that's entertainment or religion or something of that, in someone's life, being that voice, being that person delivering the message, being the tip of the spear of that little slice of so many people's life. It's hard to do and keep so many people happy.
Because he
for
left
15 years.
And you've been here 20 plus years. You ever think you should have gotten out of here 10 years ago? Is it the same for radio host?
No, I didn't feel that way about 7 years ago, and now I've it's a burning urge.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. So I'm glad you brought that up. So this upcoming Monday will be 5 years of us together. Half a decade.
And really, that feeling's happened a lot more the last 3 to 5 years.
Seems longer, but yeah. Well, that was kind of. I kind of wanted to lead you into that, and you hit it out of the park.
Well,
but Can you believe?
You'd have to root me out of here. With
Imagine,
dynamite.
okay, imagine a lowly, not talented young buck that steps into the second longest running sports show in the state 5 years ago, and then all of a sudden, all he knows are taken away from him. That being sports. Like sports, February happens, right, in 2020. Super Bowl, I can't remember who won that year. And then all of a sudden, COVID, things go to you know what. We don't have anything. I mean, the SEC tournament's canceled, no NCAA tournament. Thank God we got football back in a condensed form later that season. We're going to talk about that season coming up because a former Greenwood Bulldog and former Arkansas Razorback is evidently headed into the National Football League. But things have changed a lot. Like we talk about the changes within college athletics and whatnot, but it'll be 5 years on Monday.
5 years.
And I say it's 7 years this upcoming July that I've been here, 5 years that we've been doing the show. Derek did it how long?
10.
John was 2.
Yeah.
What about that other loser?
Don't remember.
You don't have to say that. I'll just say it. Okay. So there's, again, I was thinking off the top of my head, like
Two,
on the
though, to answer
2.
your question.
Okay. So this is second longest tenured, second longest partner outside of Laura, I guess.
Clearly, I am a man of patience. My patience has grown.
Oh, I mentioned the trailer that was played during the Arkansas, or excuse me,
5
the
years. It only seems like 20. You know.
Well, hopefully we'll have a good show on the 5th year anniversary. Hopefully they win. That would be just the gift to all Razorback fans if this team found a way to win. But I mentioned the trailer earlier this week during the Kentucky and Tennessee game in Knoxville. I really like, and I'm blanking on the guy's name. He's an Ole Miss dude. Tommy, you probably know his name. Who is the guy that does the ESPN voiceovers for like college football? It's this old school writer. He's a
Jim
golf.
Cutler.
He's the golf guy.
Oh,
You
Tom
know-
Rinaldi?
No, not Rinaldi. He's the ESPN golf guy, and he's an Ole Miss dude, and he does SEC football voiceover sometimes. You know who I'm talking about. Cole, maybe look
He's
that
on
up.
True South. He's the
Yeah,
executive
that guy.
producer. Right.
Not Todd. Rutt. Okay.
Say big guy, beard.
Yes, that
Loves
guy.
bourbon.
Well, this to me, this little snippet, this little trailer from Ryan McGee, who also does a great job with Marty and McGee, just a good old Southern boy. I think he's a North Carolina native. Here's kind of his take on this upcoming game between Arkansas and Kentucky.
Breakups are hard, even when both sides know that it's the right thing to do. John Calipari's accomplishments in Lexington, Kentucky are undeniable. 6 SEC regular season championships, 6 SEC tourney titles, 4 Final Fours, and the 2012 National Championship. Then it was time for the coach and Kentucky to take different roads. But this time has been different because when Cal left Lexington, he did not lead the conference. That meant a reunion was inevitable. Now, that SEC inevitability has arrived.
So the one I think about that's not related to us, but is related to the SEC that has maybe the same gravitas, magnitude, and impact, it's like Spurrier. That's the one I think about. Spurrier in South Carolina and Florida. And I can't think of another one I know like Bear Bryant.
Well, Saban's in that conversation, but he's not the same.
But it wasn't tight like that, right?
No, but the same level of reverence, the same
Yes.
level of when he enters the room, everybody knows.
And the deal
and
about
Wright Thompson's the first year.
Thank you, Wright Thompson. He's fantastic. McGee did a good job there. But and you bring up Saban, that was another one that I wanted to talk about because you ask old LSU fans, and you ask a good chunk of that fan base, the biggest rivalry for LSU back in the day was Ole Miss. It was always Ole Miss. But when Saban came to Tuscaloosa, it became LSU Alabama. It was an SEC West game.
Because they played games that mattered.
Yeah, and the magnitude, and again, coach going up a former. Now, Arkansas and Kentucky, you could make an argument because of the different Hall of Famers that have coached more in Lexington than in Fayetteville, but that has that same type of feel to it. But the Saban one would be, the Spurrier one was kind of the one that brought to mind, and then the Saban one Is kind of what I was thinking.
Personality, big personalities.
That are-
Saban doesn't have the big personality, but he's got everything else that goes with it. All right, opening drive in just a second, brought to you by LureNet.com. If you're looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button, LureNet.com not only has the brands like Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but they include exclusive deals on their site with baits that you won't find anywhere else other than LureNet.com. Plus free shipping on all U.S. orders over $35. So treat yourself and your fishing buddies to some tackle box treasures. Just click on now at LureNet.com.
Tyler says I sound more excited than you for Denton to do it 5 years. I would have thought there would have been some hey, it's been a good 5. It's been a good run.
I'm trying to choke back the tears.
Okay,
I mean, that's it.
better.
It's so emotional for me.
That's better. I like it.
2nd and 12. Corral. 6. It's intercepted again. Morgan comes up with another pick. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. Are you kidding me? He's playing with one arm.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
So it sounds like, according to 24/7 Sports, Grant Morgan, former Greenwood Bulldog, former Arkansas Razorback, delivered one of my favorite plays that I've ever watched in Razorback Stadium. That interception of Matt Corral, the 6th one of the day. I'm sitting with my brother, and this is, mind you, during COVID, so it's 25% capacity. So my brother, I'm watching running up and down the stands, yelling, "Get those Ole Miss bleeps off our field." And Grant, like you heard Rod Gilmore said, is playing with one arm. Like he has that cast or whatever, tough kid, always been that way. And Arkansas defeated Ole Miss that day. Great game. Awesome game. Well, he's heading to New York to take on a job as the inside linebackers coach, assistant. So
Assistant to the inside linebacker coach?
They're expected to hire him in that regard. So this is,
With
again,
which team?
a jumper.
You just said New York.
New York Giants.
New York
Giants.
Right.
I should add in the Giants in that situation. I know it hasn't been great for Giants or Jets fans these last couple of years, but excited for Grant. Saw that come across my timeline yesterday. So I think that's pretty
Good
cool for him.
His brother's been in coaching. I know Drew stepped away at Elkins, raising a family from football, but they're kind of building the two brothers a little bit of a coaching background. So I mean, that's a great deal to get to the NFL this early on. Usually doesn't happen for someone that didn't have a lengthy NFL career.
Yeah, you think about Illinois and Brett Bielema having success there, Barry Lunny having success there. Now it sounds like Grant is having enough success where he's valued enough to be brought up to the next level, the National Football League.
There's a relationship somewhere in all that that he's made that is making that connection for him. Not sure I hadn't dug into it yet, but there's someone he's met. And Bielema's made that connection for him, and there he is. Good for him.
So congratulations again to former Razorback, former Greenwood Bulldog, Grant Morgan, who, remember, started his career as a walk-on and ended up winning the Burlsworth Trophy.
Look at him now.
Look at him now. Heading to New York. Champaign, I'm going to guess, is a little bit of a difference from New York City, from Manhattan. I don't know where you'd live, where he's planning on living with his family, but I would guess that's a little bit of a culture shock going from Champaign, Illinois.
Well, there's not, there's few things like New York City.
No.
That's for sure.
All right, that is your opening drive here this morning, brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Ethan Adamson is my mortgage lender, and he can be yours as well. I always tell you about him each and every morning and the success that we went through together. Again, I didn't know anything about it. I know that's surprising to many of you. It's like, oh, Ty, you seem like someone that would know about mortgages. No, right?
It is shocking.
Au contraire. No, Ethan, again, questions. I could text him right now.
I mean, if I would really think if I needed you to explain to me a deed, that you could really walk me through all the steps of the
deed's
deed.
locked away in my safe.
15 versus 30-year mortgages, why one's better than the other.
One's 15, one's 30.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you if mine's 15 or 30, to be honest. I just know I have a boatload of money that I have to pay up these next 15 to 30 years. Whatever the case may be.
God, you're an easy mark.
Yeah. I think the last 5 years you figured that out. Either way, back to the live read here. Ethan's a great guy, great mortgage lender. If you need help, 479-782-9300 or online at ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you. equal housing lender. Speaking of great people, we get an opportunity each and every Friday to chat with our buddy Sean over at the Fence Man. Sean, I know you're a little under the weather last week, so it's good to have you back here this morning, man.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's good to finally feel good and get back after it. So because we got spring coming, so we got to have our act together.
Yeah, there you go. So, glad. I know it's going around. A lot of people, a lot of people have been struggling with the flu, the crud, the COVID, all of it going around. So glad you're up and at 'em again. So, how did we do last week without you? Well, let's find out now on our Fenceman Friday picks. Here's last week's picks and review.
All right, let's roll in our picks. Chiefs, I think 1.5-point favorites at home. Who do you like?
Give me the Chiefs.
Unfortunately, I have to pick Kansas City in this game, Colton.
Yeah, Kansas City for me as well.
Eagles -6 against the Commanders.
I'm going to go with the hot-handed Commanders.
I'll go with the Fighting Bruce Dance this weekend, but there's no shot they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. What do you think, Colton?
Yeah, give me the Birds.
Vols at Auburn. Tommy, I'm taking Tennessee.
They're Auburn, even without Broom.
Who you got, Colton?
Give me Auburn.
Ole Miss at Missouri. I'm going to take the Tigers bounce back.
Ole Miss.
I'll take Missouri.
Does Arkansas get on a winning streak for the first time in conference play tomorrow night against Oklahoma?
Uh-oh.
Do they get it done?
Yes.
I've got Arkansas winning this game.
I'm taking the Razorbacks in this one.
We were close. John,
Colton, you
John,
filled
we
in
did as
admirably.
good as we could do without you.
Well, it sounds like you did about a 50-50 shot on that one.
In betting, that's not too bad in that
we're only
situation.
losing a little bit if we're,
No.
if we're actually betting on it.
All right, since we don't have any NFL this weekend, no college football this weekend, I didn't really
let's
want-
pick the Pro
I
Bowl.
know
Come
that I
on.
intentionally left that off. I watched some of those stupid games last night, and I'm just thinking to myself, I know this is entertainment. I know the guys are having fun, but it's just not entertaining to me. And I'm their target demo. 30, like this should be right up my alley.
I'm
but
way
it's just-
too old to be a target demo anymore.
It's just not. So we're just going to pick some SEC games. Tommy, Tennessee trying to bounce back. They've struggled recently. They host Florida this weekend in a top 15 matchup. There's no line yet. We got one line, and that's the Arkansas-Kentucky game, and we'll share it coming up. Does Tennessee bounce back this weekend against their arch rival, the Florida Gators? They have 2 rivalry games this week.
That game's in Gainesville or Knoxville?
Knoxville.
I'll take the home team. I'll take Tennessee.
Tennessee can't lose again. You can't do it. Bruce is not feeling great either. I need him to get some chicken noodle soup in the form of a Tennessee win. So I'm going to take Tennessee in this one, Mr. Sean.
I'm a big Vols fan, so Tennessee all the way.
All right, we got 3 ranked games in the Southeastern Conference, those being one of them, and then Arkansas and Kentucky, of course. Missouri travels to Mississippi State in Starkville. Tommy. Mississippi State lost 4 points to Alabama earlier
I'll take
this week.
Mississippi State. They lost a nail biter with Alabama midweek.
I watched that layup. I didn't watch the layup until you showed. Just look like me out there.
Brutal.
Look like me.
Brutal.
Sean, what do you think, man? Are you going Bulldogs or going Tigers in this one?
I'll go with Mississippi.
I'll take Mississippi State as well. Ole Miss, other Mississippi school, hosting the number 1 Auburn Tigers. Auburn's still unscathed this season in SEC play.
Till proven otherwise, Auburn.
I got to go with you on that. Ole Miss, they're reeling a little bit. I think Auburn, even though they're going to be gunning for them, I think Auburn pulls it out at the end, Sean.
I'm with you guys. I think Auburn's has a little bit more what it takes to get it done.
All right, so we were kind of guesstimating what the line would be for this game. It's 10.5 on Oakland right now, Tommy. Kentucky's, of course, the favorite. Arkansas is not going to be favored by 10.5.
Yeah.
Can Arkansas cover tomorrow night? Rupp Arena, 8 o'clock, ESPN, marquee game of the weekend. Do they cover against Kentucky?
Until proven otherwise, I'll take the Kentucky Wildcats.
He's picking with his head, not his heart, folks. Sean, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to go with you guys on that one too. I'm a big Razorback fan. I'd love for our Hogs to win, but I don't know. We're struggling, so Kentucky's going to take it. So,
Am I going to be on this island, or I can't? I can't jump on the island. There's nothing that has showed me that they're gonna not just compete but cover in this game, and I hope I'm dead wrong. So I had someone text me this week. It's like anything you pick, it happens the opposite. So I'm going to pick Kentucky to win and cover with the hope that I'm dead bleeping wrong, and Arkansas finds a way to not just cover but win this game, which is again, double-digit spread. See if the Razorbacks are able to get a gun. Surprise! I mean, that's kind of what we said this week when it came to that time.
Hopefully they just break out of this. So, I mean, but it would be hard right now to think Arkansas could go in there, not only win, but even keep it within 10 points. So, with the way they've been playing.
All right,
and I'm with you. I would love to be wrong.
I'm going to set the over-under on Sean's work day. Does Sean work over-under 12.5 hours today?
It's Friday. I want to go under, but
under just for now.
He's been over Monday through Thursday, so he's earned a little break. We're going to let him off work at 6:30
Sean seems
tonight.
like the guy when he says he's sick, he still puts in a 12-hour day. That just seems like is that true, Sean?
Well, I'm available 12 hours out of the day.
Yeah, it's been rough.
It has been, but no, I think one of the successes that we've had here is, that my staff, my sales, my office, everybody here, yes, we all work our Monday through Friday. We try to do the best we can, but everybody has ability to contact each other and help each other, because I have crews that are working on weekend. We had the rain day yesterday, so my crews will be working today. They'll be working, tomorrow, maybe a little bit on Sunday. So we're always available for those guys, especially for the customers. If you're out there building a fence, they got a question, we need to modify something, we're available for not only for our crews, but we're also available for our customers. So that way every job, goes as smoothly as we possibly can. So
782-3936. Give Sean a call if you need anything from fence repairs up to a brand new fence, residential, commercial, industrial, government jobs. No scale's going to be too far out there. No job's too big for the fence man. Sean, I'm glad you're feeling better. Hope to see you in the studio next Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And don't forget, everybody, come out and see us for the home show on February, the weekend of Valentine's weekend. So come
All
see us
right.
on the home show.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. All right, man. Have a great weekend.
You bet.
All right, Hog Update coming up next.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
0 to the other end for a throwdown.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936. The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on.
This is the Morning Rush.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Fergie, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping.
Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605.
That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561. Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call. Cleans it all.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio.
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
She goes to Phoenix Stone time. Back for Higginbottom. Game high 24 for Izzy. Steps to the elbow. Shoots it. Drained it.
33 points for Izzy Higginbotham last night. Colton, what'd you call her during the break?
Dude, she's a certified bucket.
Certified bucket. They get their second SEC victory this season, 72-51. Tommy, she's had 12 25-point or more games this year.
Now, I know this has been a disappointing year for the team, and their record's not where it is. They played a lot of really hard games, but nonetheless, they're not where they want to be. But how does she not get included on the All-SEC selections, any of the postseason? I don't know how she gets ignored, because say what you want that maybe she's the best player on a team that's underperforming. She's doing this against the best teams in the country. So, I mean, there's no denying how good she is.
And they don't necessarily have another lethal scorer on that basketball team either.
Very impressive what she's accomplished.
I know that's fun for Phil to get to watch her and then call their games on a regular basis. That's, of course, the voice of Arkansas women's basketball and the co-host of Halftime, Mr. Phil Elsing. Got a chance to hear from John Calipari yesterday. You can listen on Hit That Line or our YouTube channel as well. He talked about, hey, maybe the benefits of a bye midweek.
Maybe we went through it, but we played on Wednesday, and Oklahoma had the week off. But we played Wednesday. Kentucky played Tuesday, and we had the week off. So they have a day off and a couple days to prepare. It's a little different than what we went through. But we needed to catch our breath You catch your breath to go into Rupp Arena.
I'm trying to scratch, claw, and find anything I can find that maybe gives Arkansas an advantage. I mean, I would think that might be an advantage, especially for a team that has as small as depth that they have. I just don't know if it'll ultimately factor in. Now, Kentucky is not fully healthy for this game tomorrow. There's some guys that are banged up.
Well, you know, when you have the short bench and playing with 8 rested legs, it's kind of like coming off a bye, and it's exactly like coming off a bye in football. And you come off that bye, you don't play well, that's really discouraging. So even if Arkansas doesn't win, they should be ready physically to give you a great 40-minute performance. And that's still the one thing this team has not done enough of, is complete 40 minutes inside a game. They've gotten better with this, but, is it going to be enough tomorrow night? Nothing would please me more. Nothing would please you more than to go up there and beat those toothless inbreds at Kentucky.
It would be our pleasure if they ended up getting it done. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. Always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
So next weekend, Super Bowl. Chiefs going for 3 straight. You've got a bunch of Super Bowl media leading up to the game itself. And occasionally you get some football content, but you do get some funny stuff like Creed Humphrey, who's an offensive lineman for the Chiefs, kind of giving his name origin.
Were you named after the band Creed? I'm really not sure. I need to find that out from my parents. I know my dad is a big fan of Creed, so there's definitely a possibility.
How did y'all come up with your kid's name? I was named after both my parents' my grandparents' maiden names. Ty's maiden name of my dad's mom, and Franklin's the maiden name of my mom's mom. That's what they threw together.
I got to pick the last name.
That's
about it.
Okay. That's it?
He got my middle name. My son got my middle name. Other than that, I didn't get I got minimal input.
Okay. Well, we get a chance to talk with David Rath earlier in the week, and now we're talking to Larry Rath. Larry, what is the origin of how you guys landed on David's name?
Good morning, guys. It's family name. That's my dad's name. It's my second name.
Okay.
And, it was easy. Yeah.
So pass it. The lineage passes on, basically.
Yeah.
Well,
I like what Tommy said. He got to pick the last name.
That's about it.
About as far as he goes
That seems
most of the
like
time,
seems like more often that's kind of the setup
right.
and and everything.
I can hear it in the background, that pencil sharpener. It's the last day of the month. I can already hear it in Larry's voice. It's the last day of the month.
Tommy, you got me so figured out. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something else. Yeah, this weekend and good weather and whatever, and our big inventory. I was just looking. We've got 15 cars under $15,000. I can't remember the last time that happened, and hard to find those kind of vehicles. Lots of people looking for them, but we got a good selection of that stuff. You're talking about first-time buyers, maybe trying to buy your kid a car, maybe you just want something that you can afford to buy for cash, or maybe you need some financing on a car like that. We can help you with every bit of that. We've got a good selection right now, as well as road-ready certified vehicles of every kind, all the most popular makes and models. You don't have to drive all over town. We got them all right here. Come in like one of our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists, show you some of these road-ready certified cars with warranty. You cannot buy a better used car. And we got a bunch. And Tommy's right. Last day of the month, great time to come in here and save. I'll give you a little secret. Saturday's first day of the month. That's a good time to come in and save, too. I'm going to keep the pencil sharp all weekend. So, folks, come and see us. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. If you need something done to your car, the Meineke Car Care Centers at either location will take good care of you. We'd love to see you. Come and see us today. See all the happiest drivers rolling with Rath.
Is your hand okay?
My hand is fine, man.
Well, I just figured you were pounding it on the conference room table this morning. Sell your cars!
12.
It's calloused up from that. I can do that all day. All day.
All right, Larry. Get through it as best you can. Don't break your wrist or anything.
I'll be fine. Y'all don't worry about me. Folks, come and see it.
I'm worried about the table. That's what I'm worried about.
The sturdiness, the stability.
That's right. Pounding on that day. Sell these cars, regardless of price. Get them sold. All right, it's Fast Break Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in orthobiologic cellular therapies. What does that mean? It means you're going to feel better. If you got out of bed this morning and your back, your knees, your hip,
that question.
all of that hurts, they can provide these treatments in office with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. and get you on your way to doing all the things you love. 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
It's Fast Break Friday on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Lands off a screen, top of the circle, buries the three-pointer.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
You're built like Hercules, and you blood like the Sisters of St. Mary's.
This is the Morning Rush.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Come on along. Head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains. It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Like me.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jasco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google or Yahoo it or Bing it. Jasco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jasco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jasco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Ready to explore beyond the beaten path? Discover the Range Rover lineup at Land Rover of Little Rock. Experience handcrafted luxury with the capability to take on any adventure. The elegant Range Rover offers unmatched performance and first-class luxury. The Range Rover is built for every journey. Visit Land Rover of Little Rock today and explore our incredible Range Rover selection. Plus, take advantage of our promotions and recently revamped service department. Visit us at 25 Colonel Glenn Plaza Drive or log on at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
So, I'm going to ask you whether Arkansas or Kentucky's going to win the game tomorrow night. We all got a stance and opinion on that. We gave that in our picks. Here's the Morning Rush Daily Question.
It's Blue Book in basketball season.
Huh?
We do the Blue Book in basketball.
Will this event live up to the hype? Primetime, last game following Duke, North Carolina. I mean, tickets are outrageous if you want to get in the building. And really the game, it's all about Cal. But will the event, will Arkansas rise to the occasion, and will this live up to the hype? So I guess what I'm asking in an indirect way is, will Arkansas keep it close? Will they make a ball game of it?
Well, neither of us have us covering. So, gosh, I hope
if you're
I'm
a
wrong.
Kentucky fan, you think, if they win by 30, they're going to think, yeah, absolutely, it lived up to the hype.
For both parties?
I think it's got to go down to the wire.
I think Kentucky fans, in their back of their minds, want this to be a good game. They don't want to just scold, drag Cal in this thing. They want it to be a good game. They want to win. They want Mark Pope to design something or coach a certain way at the end of the game where his prowess beats out Cal at the end. That's what they want. They might not say that publicly, but truly in their heart of hearts, that's what they want. So I don't know how you compete this game. I really don't. They're going to bring in waves. I know they've got guys that are injured and whatnot, but you and I were talking about it before the show. If you watch that Oklahoma game, Porter Moser pressed Arkansas, and they don't have they have the worst efficiency offense-wise in the SEC. Kentucky's got way more players than Arkansas does. If I'm Pope, I'm watching that game film, pressing them the entire game. They'll get tired, they'll get bogged down, and they won't have legs left late in the second half. So I hope I'm wrong, but my answer is no. That's why I'm not going. If I thought that it was going to be a game and win, I'd go. I'd drive the 10 hours, but I just don't think so. I'm going to watch it, but I hope I'm more. What do you think?
I think it'll live up to the hype. I think it'll be an entertaining game that will get away from Arkansas at the end. I think Arkansas will run out of gas. They just, like I said, the bench isn't as deep. I think you're on to something about, soft press. Put Arkansas in to speed them up in the front court. Slow them down a little bit. Then they get the front court. They're 2, 3, 4 seconds behind. Now they make, a few passes and they're having to rush a shot at the end of the clock.
I'll say this. If you go back to last year, and unfortunately, I think you can make the case that this team this year is worse than the team last year. That team last year lost close at home to Kentucky and then lost close in Rupp. So sometimes Arkansas just goes to play, and they play good there. We'll see. Cole, what do you think? Does this game live up to the hype? That's a good question to ask.
I think that the majority of college basketball would probably like to see Calipari come back to Kentucky and sneak out a win, because the majority of college basketball doesn't like Kentucky. They're also a blue blood. So when Tommy's saying that it should live up to the hype, I think that a lot of college basketball would like to see Coach Cal come back and win.
So, and this might have been a better question to ask. Who's the rest of the country rooting for? Outside of Arkansas and Kentucky, who's the rest of the country rooting for? Because do they hate Cal more or Kentucky more? Because now you can separate. You can wad all that together for the last 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of Arkansas, outside of Kentucky, who's the casual fan tuning in tomorrow night in Florida or Virginia or California or Nevada or wherever? Who are they rooting for in this game?
I would say that the casual fan is probably still going to would root against the big brand name of Kentucky. And now,
a nonpartisan fan. I wouldn't even say casual fan.
There
You're a
you go.
nonpartisan
Good buzzword.
fan because the casual fan is probably doing something other than watching this game. You know, the college basketball fan, the person tied in to the SEC.
I think
who's the rest of the SEC rooting for? Are you rooting against Kentucky? Are you rooting for Arkansas and Cal? I think it's interesting to see the way other fan bases choose sides in this one.
Well, let's look at it this way. So Memphis fans aren't rooting for Cal. UMass fans probably aren't rooting for Cal.
You need to let that go. If you're a UMass fan and you still have an axe to grind, you need to let that go.
We have all the Mormons in Utah on our side, though. Inverse your point, Ty.
Yeah, my thought on that and where you went is kind of where my mind was going, like who is hated more and everything else. I think that, to me, this is a bigger than, like you separate the college basketball fans. This is what you called an event. Yeah, this is not a college basketball game. You will have people that have not watched college basketball on a Saturday night since the season started.
Yeah.
But will tune in. They don't live in Fayetteville. They don't live in Lexington. They live in San Jose, California. And they will tune in to watch this game on Saturday night. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Brought to you by, I need to give Haley some credit because I feel like Haley always does a great job with their social media. Nate and Haley Garahan and Christian Olsen, two of my Rogers buddies. They've done a great job. Haley's a Bauxite native, and they have put together an incredible indoor golf facility here in Northwest Arkansas. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. These are guys that love the sport of golf and that love to go for hole-in-ones, love to host men's league. It's great. Professional grade in Northwest Arkansas, realistic golf in a casual environment, and it's BYOB. Bring your own food, bring your own alcohol at Cart Pass Social at cartpasssocial.com.
All right, time to head to the races. Great weekend coming up weather-wise, and may have a little rain in the forecast, but Lane Whitman joins us now. Our Oaklawn update, always brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration. Lane, we got a 4-day race weekend that's already underway, and last weekend was a huge day at the track with the Southwest Stakes.
Yeah, 4 race days this week, 38 total races as we go through the next 4 days. And yes, last weekend, 6 big stakes races last Saturday, highlighted by the Southwest Stakes, which was won by a 14-1 shot. Speed King going wire to wire, paid $30 to win. Didn't have it quite high enough in my picks. Had it 4th on my picks that I sent out, but I did have the winner in there. The second place horse, I think this is a name to remember. Sandman ran second in the Southwest last week for everybody. Write this one down. Probably will come back in the Rebel toward the end of February. Just an absolutely terrible start for Sandman. Was far, maybe 15 lengths behind. Came up and got second in the Southwest. I think that's one to watch going forward as we move forward in the Rebel and the Arkansas Derby down the line.
Got the American Beauty Stakes on Saturday. Give us a rundown of the horses that have entered the field for the American Beauty.
Yeah, just one feature race, one big stakes race this weekend. It is the American Beauty at 6 furlongs for $150,000. It's the 9th race on Saturday. Vendetta, Taxed, and Fibber look to be 3 of the favorites among the 7 horses entered in that race tomorrow.
All right, so that ought to be a fun day, and we're going to get some decent weather at the track, it looks like, as well. What's some of the best bets for today if someone's headed down 270 or coming over from Saline County a little bit later? What's the best bet on the card today that you've spotted?
For me, I'm going to the 5th race. I'm going to horse number 9, K Crown, at 7-2 on the morning line. This horse is trained by Dan Ward. The jockey today is Martin Garcia. Here's a horse that has 8 career starts. 5 times it's been in the money with 2 wins. Raced twice at Oaklawn, got a place out of it. Has raced twice at the 6 furlong distance today, has a place out of that. But here's the key for me. Drops from claiming price of $30,000 to $35,000 racing into a $10,000 claiming stakes today. Should be less competition. A repeat of the effort from December 22nd at Oaklawn, where they had a second place finish. That should be good enough to win today if the horse can repeat that. Dan Ward, trainer, Martin Garcia, jockey, that combo has paired up twice so far, and they won both times. So we're looking at K Crown, number 9 in race 5 as my best bet today. If you want to bet an exacta, look at number 2, Permafrost, and number 7, Ravenstown, in your exotics. Mix those in there.
All right, sounds good. And all the picks for Lang are available this weekend. Social media, go to @TheRailbird333. Lang, good luck this weekend at the track, and we hope to see you railside.
All right, we're going to see you over there soon.
Get up on that rail, get you a cold beer in hand and a little corned beef sandwich. Be a good day to be in Hot Springs. If you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Anywhere app, do that. Use promo code RUSH25. All the races that Lang's talking about available to watch and wager on throughout Arkansas and wherever you're at. Promo code RUSH25 for your $150 sign-up bonus. All of our racing updates every week brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration, 479-353-3877. If you've experienced hail damage, storm damage, you got water leaks coming in, maybe around your chimney or a skylight or maybe the plumbing through the roof, and you need some help getting that repaired or restored, Brothers Roofing is always there. They will meet with your adjuster on site on your roof, go over it, shingle by shingle, and make sure that you get the most of your insurance benefits. 479-353-3877. 353-3877 for Brothers Roofing and Restoration.
All right, we got a chance again to listen to John Calipari this week, and I know there's been a lot of opinions on the racing. We're going to have Executive Director of the Razorback Foundation on with us at 10:30, Ryan White. Tommy and I got a chance to meet him this past October at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. Talked with him a little bit yesterday as well. So I know if you have questions, you can text those in at 877-377-6963. Even John Calipari was asked about it.
I've been through 3 of these now, and all the places did it, and they did it for the right reasons. You just don't want to leave anybody behind, especially people who have been there since the mid-'90s. And Hunter has been on this. This is not a process that was 6 months. This is years in the making. And I think he really thought it through. Like, if you have a seat, you're going to have a seat. So you may have to move a little bit, but you're going to have your ticket. It's painful. And again, 3 different places. UMass, I think we did it at Kentucky. And I believe we did it at Memphis at some point because we moved, though, from the Pyramid to the FedEx Forum. That's all part of athletics and the changing environment.
One of the things I want to ask Ryan about, Allen Fieldhouse just went through a renovation of some sort, and I know there was some changes there. So I'm wondering if he could give us some insight to that, to what's going on here in Fayetteville.
All right, that's coming up at 10:30. Ryan White, Executive Director of the Razorback Foundation, here on the Morning Rush. Hey, if you're craving something sweet and delicious, head on over to Andy's Frozen Custards, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. They have locations in Conway on East Oak Street, also Dave Ward Drive, and they're on JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Get the pick 6 for the weekend. Mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors for a game time treat for tomorrow night's game or anytime this weekend that you'll enjoy. And be sure and download the Andy's app in the Apple app or Google Play Store to make it even easier to order your favorites at Andy's. Andy's Frozen Custards, Fort Smith, Conway, and North Little Rock. Walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you.
Hall of Famer Clay Henry joins us on the other side.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home, quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will be in and out of the clouds. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be in the mid-50s, falling to right around 50 this afternoon, further south in the lower 60s. We will see a clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, areas of fog possible, upper 30s, and then increasing sunshine Saturday, a high low 60s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning.
ESPN 95.3.
There'll be some emotions now walking into Rupp Arena. There will be. For me, you're not going to erase from my mind what we've done there, and you can't erase history. It's what it was. For them, last year, some of the stuff we did was, and they were all part of it. Walking in, there'll be emotions. There'll be things that I'm going to walk in. Now, we walk in Friday night, so I get to run a little run-through in Rupp. We'll be in there Friday night.
This is the Morning Rush.
Is Arkansas going to be a problem tomorrow night against the Kentucky Wildcats? Are they going to be an issue? Are they going to be a nuisance?
Problem for who?
Hopefully, the team in blue.
Yeah. Hopefully so. They've had problems. Hopefully they are the problem.
Mason and Conway texting in, what do we have to do to win? Start fast, even though you've lost games that way. JT Hot Springs, if Arkansas players have any pride, they'll play their best game of the season. I think it's also about talent, too, which I think they're talent deficit right now. We'll see.
All right, Clay Henry in just a second. It's Fast Break Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative care. That means they can take your body's own healing powers. They help me with my shoulder by doing this. They draw blood, they spin it up, they put it into the joint that hurts. For me, it was my left shoulder. Maybe for you, it's your back, knee, or hip. But if it's keeping you from the things you love, like climbing stairs, walking, golfing, fishing, just everyday routines, just getting in and out of the car. If it hurts because of your aching joints, QC Kinetics can help you with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Every procedure is performed in their office in Northwest Arkansas. 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
When did things of yours start to short circuit and go by the wayside?
Past 45.
Okay, so I got 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little time.
We bring in our friend Clay Henry, the features editor at Whole Hog Sports, and Hall of Famer as well. Clay, when did things start to go downhill for you?
I don't think it ever has.
Never has?
Yeah, I mean,
Now wait a minute. You've had a bunch of surgeries and issues. I've known you a long time.
I'm bionic. I mean, I
love that.
As someone in my family says, you've been fixed. You know, I mean, that's all true.
He's just Stretch Armstrong. That's what he is.
It's so when you get 42, you'll need glasses.
Yeah. Okay. My dad wears glasses. My brother wears glasses. I know
when
it's on.
When you get 55, you better be on probiotics.
I thought you were going to say Medicare, but or Medicaid, whichever one it is.
No,
Clay,
that's 62 and 65, I think.
Okay, Clay, it's National Bigwig Day. I know you like to associate with bigwigs. Many of your peers consider you a bigwig, but I want to change the script.
Bigwig?
Bigwig.
Yeah.
I want to change the script.
Okay.
Who would look the best in a wig? Phil Elson, Bo Mattingly, or Chuck Barrett?
Well, they would be all ugly. So, I mean, it's like that. I don't think it helps any of them. I mean, there's still, I did an interview one time with a quarterback at Oklahoma State. His name is Jim Traber. I think he's in talk radio in Oklahoma City now.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim was about 5'10", and that was short for a quarterback then. It's even shorter now. And he wasn't very fast. And I was talking to him, and he says, well, I'm just a great athlete in a bad body. Those three guys are just they're radio guys, and they got a bad body. It's like bad faces. They're no different than me. I mean, they're not, there's an ad that runs in the market over here, 104.3. What would you call that, Tommy? You say that's the 104.3 market?
Yeah, the Harrison Mountain Home Market.
Yeah, Marshall, whatever. That's where the tower is.
Harrison, Mountain Home, Norfolk. The big three towns.
It's really clever advertisement. It's about a towing truck in I think a collision center. And they call it the Big Green Towing Machine, and they said they've got a pretty boy running the towing machine now. Pretty boy will come get you. Pretty boy this. Well, you can't call those three guys pretty boys. You can't. I mean, they're just not pretty.
Well, so to
that was the one question. All right, you get three more.
To parallel this into Arkansas, Arkansas doesn't have a pretty team, right? The one win they had this season was ugly. It was 34 free throws.
So I think that's a misnomer. I mean, it's like, is it ugly? No, I mean, I think playing defense and rebounding is that sparkles to me. And, I hear people over and over, whether it's football, whether it's basketball or this or that, and, just completely off on what they want to see to fix the team. And it's oh, I want this guy in the lineup. I want this guy in, or I want the ball in this guy's hand. I don't want the ball in that guy's hand. And I can go through, the scenarios. And it's all offense. Not one time do they mention defense. And if you're going to win in this league, the first thing you got to do is slow the other team down. You've got to play defense and not make it hard on your offense. So I've said this for the last 2 months. If they'll play defense and rebound, they'll be in every game, and there'll be some they win and some they lose. I mean, when it comes down to the last possession, it's not always going to go your way. There's going to be some luck involved, and you don't know whether the ref's going to call it or they not. Contact, as you go to the rim, it's the hardest thing to decide. Hey, do you call it the same way? Tommy, I know you've been asked this a million times because you're a top-level referee, football and bat. Do you call it the same way in the last 5 seconds that you do in the first 5? Well, you don't. Nobody does. Nobody does. And I give them credit if they can do that, but it's just are you shaking your head no?
No, here's what came to my mind. Would you spend as much time reading a putt on the third green as you would on the 18th hole to win the match?
You should do it the same.
Well, you should, but
you don't.
But you don't, because what has more meaning in the moment?
I don't know.
The pressure change.
If
I
have a chance,
I would say
the collar's tighter. Yeah.
I would say that the weight of the outcome is more obvious at the end of the game. So I get your point, but it's just human nature to a degree. And what's the one thing people always holler? Let the players decide.
Let the players decide it. But it's still you have to. The rules are the rules.
Let's not make it about officials. Tommy's a great ref. We'll leave it at that. You did make a good point, though, about front court and everything. Cal had something to say.
Jonas is still getting over that surgery. If you ask me, I tell you he's 90%, maybe less. TB has shown signs, Trevin has shown signs of being as good as anybody in the country. And Z has an impact on the game. Just got to play lower, be in there playing harder, longer.
I know we've spent the majority and duration of our time this week talking about Cal coming back, but I would think that of any game this season, Big Z, DJ Wagner, and Adu Thero, who's been their most consistent player. This is the game they want to show out in the most. I know for Tyler Eulis, who's on staff now here, played in Lexington, Brad, and several of the other assistants were at one point in time assistants in Kentucky as well. Again, it's a big deal. Even like I always forget his name, the other Kentucky kid they brought over. Guys, they had, I think it was Billy, Boogie, and Carter were all committed to Kentucky, if I remember that right. So I know the heavy emphasis this week and trailers and everything else has been on, Cal's coming back home. But for a lot of these guys, Either this was their destination coming out of their senior year of high school that they didn't end up, and they came to Fayetteville instead, or it's guys that were here for a year or two and they're coming back home as well, Clay.
Here's one thing different that not many people are talking about. A lot of times you're playing, if you're in your first year and you're going back to a school, you're playing your old players. And it is difficult to do that. They're the ones that have a bullseye. The players decide. The fans, they can boo or do what they want to. They're not gonna shoot any baskets. They're not gonna throw inbound passes. They're not gonna do anything other than make noise. And I would be more concerned if there were 5 or 6 players on that team that had played for Cal and were lining up ready to try to dismantle their old coach. That's not the case. These are new players. They didn't play for him by and large, right?
No, the whole roster. Unless I missed a player. I looked on Kentucky's roster. The whole roster is new that Pope brought in and everything else. So that's an element that we haven't talked about enough in the situation for this weekend. I mean, it's a good college basketball day. We'll talk about it coming up. You got 3 ranked matchups in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Duke and North Carolina precedes that. A guy that's been unbelievable all year, Cooper Flagg. That's why they're going. That's why game day's going there and everything else. But, I mean, if you're just a casual college basketball fan, this is a great day to watch it leading up to the tournament here in a few weeks.
If you have not downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, what are you waiting on? It's powered by Taco Bell, and whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. A week from Sunday's the Super Bowl. Download the Oaklawn Sports app on your Apple from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store to your iPhone or other device. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. It's really simple. You deposit your first deposit, and you're automatically enrolled up to $100 a day for the first 10 days, giving you $1,000 in bonus bets for the first 10 days. So you sign up now, you can go all the way through the Super Bowl with the Oaklawn Sports app. So bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports anywhere in Arkansas. It's Oaklawn Sports.
A lot more to get to in this hour with Clay Henry, features editor of Whole Hog Sports, Hall of Famer. Ryan White's going to join us at 10:30. He's the executive director of the Razorback Foundation. Your SEC update is next.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
Zero to the other end for a throwdown.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAVEL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is the Morning Rush.
House here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meinke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football to NBA, college basketball to NHL and UFC, BetOnline is your number one sports betting source for the new year. From every touchdown to three-pointer and hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Eat Lux your way with the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. The $5 classic box is iconic all over. The $7 Supreme box has your decadent favorites and then some. The $9 Discovery box introduces you to your newest obsession, like cheesy dipping burritos. Introducing the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu, only at Taco Bell.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
The last few years, and is going to be taking an assistant inside linebackers position with the New York Giants. Big news for Grant and his family.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, when you think about, I always thought that he was going to be a doctor, right? when the talk about it.
I feel like it, yeah. And now he's still coaching, so having success. Congratulations again. That was reported from. Go ahead, Clay.
I think he'll be successful in whatever he does. I mean, I just think he's that type individual.
All right, SEC update, keeping it going. You got some marquee matchups this weekend, starting with Florida and Tennessee. That's at 11 o'clock. Vols have struggled mightily lately. We'll see if they can get back on track against their rival, Florida Gators. Another ranked matchup, Missouri takes on Mississippi State in Starkville. Ole Miss hosts Auburn. Auburn still yet to lose in SEC play. Vanderbilt at Oklahoma, Georgia at Bama, Texas at LSU, A&M at South Carolina, and then it rounds out with Arkansas and Kentucky. So, Clay, at 11, 12, and 1, you got the first 3 ranked matchups of the day, and then you've got Duke and North Carolina at 5:30, Arkansas and Kentucky at 8. So, really, all day long, you've got good college basketball if you don't have anything else to do.
A lot of good SEC games. In fact, I've turned on games, just randomly. It's like, well, what night is it? Who's playing? Well, there's going to be a good game. It won't matter, and they are. I watched Mississippi State and Alabama this week. Watched some of Tennessee and Kentucky. Those are all good games. And there's every day there's something that you're going to say, well, this is compelling. These guys they're likely to play again, and some of them could be in the Final Four.
Last thing here in your SEC update, former Kentucky Wildcats coach and Louisville, current St. John's head coach Rick Pitino had this to say on Cal's return to Rupp Arena.
Hello, Big Blue Nation. I didn't steer you wrong with Mark Pope when I sent out that last video, and I certainly won't steer you wrong with this video. Toughest day of my coaching career at Louisville was when I had to walk into Rupp Arena. Tried not to show it, but when I went home, the reception, it tore me up apart because I love that place so much. And as you all know, I'm not best friends with John Calipari. I respect him, certainly. But it was a mutual thing. The fans wanted a change. John read the tea leaves. He needed a change. And he really didn't want to leave. But what did he do for you? He brought the best talent in the history of the game of any university in America to Lexington.
So he goes on a little bit more talking about just not standing ovation, but basically to be cordial with him coming back and everything. Guys, what have you made of this? Other people saying that? And what do you think they're ultimately going to do tomorrow night at around 7:30 or 7 when he walks in? I don't always agree with Derek. I know Clay does agree with a lot of Derek's takes, but yesterday he said Calipari should be booed. He's the Arkansas coach. He's the opposing coach. I don't know. I kind of, we boo the opposing coaches. We boo opposing players. Yeah. Yeah, at times. And it's all about timing, Tommy. But if you remember, Eddie Sutton, said he would crawl to Kentucky. Well, they didn't, they didn't play. Mm-hmm. Arkansas was in the Southwest Conference with Nolan. It didn't, there wasn't a matchup. But eventually, Eddie Sutton did come to Bud Walton Arena, and he was cheered, standing ovation. I don't think he would have been had it been the first year, that after he went to Kentucky. But it might, there's nothing to keep you from showing proper respect. It just depends on how you conduct your business. I think Houston Nutt was jeered when he returned. Oh, yeah. There were some people that jeered, Lou Holtz when he came to Little Rock, to play with South Carolina. Blocked. Yeah. What? Carlos Hall. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Vern Lundquist call. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Block of the Rock. Yeah. So I'm sure there's going to be some booing because that's just America now. And you think, well, let's boo somebody. Yeah. And if we're gonna boo the referees no matter what. Chris brings up throw stuff. Here, here's the nearest example in terms of time gap wise. People were wearing the neck braces for Bobby Petrino when he came back. I don't think I think that boos happen anytime a visiting team enters the stadium. You go anywhere in the country, college-wise, that just happens. But a guy that I think most fans were happy to have as head coach here, that was a big thing. Yeah. That booing, wearing time heals all wounds. Hey, they'll boo him, and then they'll move on, and they're going to play a game. Yeah. That's what it's going to be. All right, that's your SEC update brought to you by LureNet.com. If you're looking for a way to maybe load up the tackle box here before spring weather sets in, Pradco has all the best brands online at LureNet.com. We're talking Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more. Plus, at LureNet.com, you'll find exclusive deals that you won't find anywhere else on your favorite brands. And
Every order over $35 receives free U.S. shipping as well. So go to lurenet.com and treat yourself and your buddies to some tackle box treasures. That's lurenet.com.
So Ryan White, the executive director of the Razorback Foundation, is going to join us momentarily. Clay, I know you wrote a recent column on the tier levels, and I know you kind of had some thoughts. There's been a lot of opinions lately this week, good and bad, about the reseeding of Bud Walton Arena, and give you a chance to kind of rattle some of yours off this morning.
Yeah, we're going to do that later, or you want it now?
Rock and roll now. Might as well.
Yeah, so I've written it. It hasn't been published yet. So it'll probably hit the internet sometime later this afternoon. But it's, I've seen some things that just aren't right. People don't understand. And it's, and most of the comments that I've heard, disparaging comments, like I've probably heard 4 or 5 times. Frank Broyles would be rolling in his grave if he knew this, what they're doing. Well, no, he wouldn't, because he did the same thing. He established ticket priority funding, and it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant in 1977 when they made ticket priority a big part of Barnhill Arena when they expanded it. When it was a field house, then it became an arena. They had to pay for that, and they had to do unpleasant things to mesh in the new ticket holders, with the old ones when they moved to Bud Walton. There's only about 6,000 ticket holders that came from Barnhill. It holds 9,200, but you had students and and other
visitors.
Yeah. So, but they had a list of 32,000, and some of those people didn't get what they wanted. They were hoping that, but so the things that Frank did were designed to raise more money, and we that's just normal. And it's there's some stories in that column about what happened in 77 and people that moved to Fayetteville and were living in Bella Vista that were Iowa fans or Indiana fans or Nebraska people that they stepped up and bought tickets because it was more expensive where they came from. I mean, we don't understand that we may not be paying the most. It's just so.
One of the things that Tommy and I said yesterday is like they need to have a comparative table with other SEC schools so you can see where you are at tier levels. And it also, I don't know if they can do this after the fact, but you should add in like this is what you're getting for basketball as this priority, but you also get this for baseball, this for football, if you want to include the other sports. But the main 3 that people care about are what happens in Baum Walker, Bud Walton Arena, and Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. That's what they...
And they should put the seating chart with it. They haven't done that yet. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. And you can have the tiers, but what tier gets you what in what venue?
Mm-hmm. Well,
that they haven't made, to my knowledge, they have not made that public.
You don't know what you're going to get because you don't know how many people are going to now have the $40,000 level that are going to take more seats.
Well, I think what Tommy's saying, Clay, I could be misspeaking.
Until you go through it, you're not going to know what you're going to get.
Well, I think it's
going to be piece by piece.
What he's saying is, hey, in order to keep my seats, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you don't know. You can't tell somebody what it. Yeah. I don't think it's possible to know until you go through the deal.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get in an argument, but they've done this before. Hey, these sections, you got to be a tush hog or a big hog, or you got to be Broyles Matthews to sit below the press box lower level. I mean,
I want to be a tush hog just for the name.
We've seen those charts before. I mean, I know what I've got to donate now to keep or what I've had to donate in the past to keep my seats upper level mid court at Bud Walton.
I think that because they have they know where everybody sits. Yeah. So they can tell you this will get you moved. But until they go through the procedures of people picking and donating, they're not going to know. And it might change from and it might not be near as serious as you think. Yeah. But I think to be able to say, they have to know how many people are going to step up to the new levels and how many seats do they want.
Brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands at the best prices. And we're talking Grand Design, Forest River, Brinkley, and you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Lee J and Chris and their team will take care of you. Great people, great experience when you step on the lot at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale.
All right, we got a Ryan coming up. We'll take this Ryan's call first and then go to break. Ryan's in Greenwood this morning. He has some thoughts on what we've been discussing. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, this is Ron from down here at Greenwood, but I was looking, I called this morning because I donate at the level of $1,200, and I sit in Section 107.
Okay.
And I checked this morning, and they said for me to guarantee that I would sit in the lower level, they said you need to be at the $10,000 level, gold, and because right now I would be selecting at 4,478. They said if I went to 10,000, I'd select at 656. And even if I was at the Broyles Matthews Silver at a $5,000 level, there's no guarantee that you'll sit in the lower level at the 5,000. And I'm just saying that I feel like they're pricing us out.
Ron, thanks for the call.
Yeah, and that's listen. I'm just going to ask that. Ryan's going to join us momentarily. Might as well just ask the same thing because I'm not handling any of that, Ron. But I think this guy hopefully will have an answer for you, not just you. If you have if you have text, I'm not going to take calls during Ryan's conversation, but you have text for me, Clay, Tommy to ask. Happy to do that. 877-377-6963.
All right, quick word for Gaston's White River Resort, the restaurant back open this weekend. Make your reservations at 870-431-5202. They always take the month of January to do some winter cleaning, some revitalizing, some remodeling, and they have done that. They're back and better than ever beginning this weekend at Gaston's. 870-431-5202, the John Boat Salad Bar, the Prime Rib on Saturday night, their delicious burgers and pasta and fish and more. It can all be part of your weekend at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
It's Fast Break Friday on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Land off a screen, top of the circle, buries the three-pointer.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Portsmouth. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Portsmouth. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the Morning Rush.
Say goodbye!
Courtside with Portsmouth Public Schools.
Pretty exciting. First time that we've done a podcast, and we're going to try to promote Portsmouth Public Schools, what we do, our basketball at all 6 schools, the 4 middle schools and both high schools. And then, of course, we've got several big-time tournaments coming up, one that starts today. And so this is going to be exciting.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Takes for 3. It's on the way. Yes! Yes!
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Has your spouse suddenly entered the transfer portal, going from a franchise player to a prima donna ready to take the money and run? Don't let her get away with a huge buyout. Be proactive and call Mock Legal Solutions today to ask about custody, alimony, and child support. 479-769-1505. Because even in divorce, the best offense is a good defense. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
I think we should start cheating on people.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
All right, back here on the Morning Rush. Momentarily, we'll chat with Ryan White, the executive director of the Razorback Foundation. Again, if you have a question, you can text us in. We're not taking calls, but I've got a good chunk of them. I've done my best to talk with as many season ticket holders the last couple of days. Tommy, you kind of deal with this process here at the radio station. I know some fans are not happy. Some fans, I actually talked to some fans that are happy about this. We'll try and balance it out here coming up in just a bit.
All right, Ryan White in just a moment. We're brought to you by our friends at Modular Orange. They create great-looking websites to help promote your business. He can do e-commerce for you if you want to sell your products and your services online. It's only $95 a month to get started with their basic websites that they'll help you write, create, host, secure, all the things you need, turnkey, to make it work, and it's $95 a month. So if you don't have a solution right now, you're looking for one, the person that created your sites, AWOL on you, give our friends at Matchstick Studios and Modular Orange a call. 479-755-3043, 755-3043 or go to modularorange.com.
So we had a chance to meet Ryan in October at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club, back-to-back champions, Tommy. That I did not contribute either year, but Ryan made sure to congratulate us on that. Ryan, appreciate you making time for us this morning. I know it's been
I don't think that's why he's here today.
No, but if you want to do that again, you're more than welcome to. I guess my first question is, what has been the biggest question that you guys have received at the back end of this week?
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me. I would just say that every donor's situation is unique. Everyone's giving is different. Everyone, in terms of how long they've had season tickets, is different. Everyone's season ticket location is different. Some people bought tickets 5 years ago, want to get back involved. So I think that's what makes these processes so unique, is that every individual situation is unique. And so we want to sit down, we want to talk to people and let them know, walk them through all the details of the plan so that when it comes time to reseat in August, that they are more than prepared and hopefully in a good spot to get something that they want.
Ryan, I know you weren't here when we went through this process with baseball and Baum Walker, really for the first time since it opened. But what was learned by the folks at the foundation? What was learned from Hunter Yurchek and his staff that was learned from the organization, if you will, from the university, that you made changes in this go around?
Yeah, good question, Tommy. What we really kind of drew from that experience was, number one, putting a dollar value on a seat that was somewhat arbitrary. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. They felt like their hand was forced to do what we were essentially telling them to do. And in addition to that, we felt like in this particular process, having a process that doesn't put a dollar value on a particular seat, but really lets supply and demand dictate where donors are going to sit, was probably the most fair and equitable way to do this. The other thing that came out of that is we had a number of folks that had quite a few tickets in baseball. And I think what we learned from that process was that we were going to reduce the limits in terms of how many tickets people could take. Now, it's a little different in basketball and baseball. You got a baseball that's a season ticket is much less expensive than a basketball ticket. But as a part of this process, we have reduced levels that you probably have seen. And we've taken our top level at the time, which was the platinum level, where donors could get up to 18 tickets, and we've reduced that to 10. And you might say, well, how did you guys come up with that? Well, we just took the average from this past year of all donors at all levels, and that's how we came up with the new limits for each giving level.
So is that why we haven't seen really a defined seating chart for Bud Walton that says, all right, it's this much to sit in these sections, it's this much to sit here in the upper deck? Is that why we haven't really seen a visual on that yet?
That's correct. The only thing that we do, and we're communicating this to folks, that the lettered rows along the sideline, donors that are going to select in that area, which are some perceived as the best seats in the house next to the courtside seats, we're limiting donors to select 6 in that area. Obviously, if they can select more, let's say they qualify for 10, they can select the other 4 in the corner or on the baseline or up in the numbered rows.
We're talking with the executive director of the Razorback Foundation, Ryan White. Ryan, you've been in Athens, Ohio, at Ohio University, most recently in Lawrence, Kansas. I know that's a prestigious facility at Allen Fieldhouse, Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlottesville. So you've been around. What have you learned at other places that maybe kind of helps you go through this process here?
Yeah, I was involved at 3 of these at the University of Virginia. 2, one was a brand new arena, one was just a pure reseat, and one was a football reseat. And so I think what I've learned is that there's, as much as we try to come up with a perfect plan that suits everybody, it's really hard to do that, right? And these are, as Coach Cal kind of alluded in his press conference, these are not fun things to do. I think the new world of college athletics and with NIL and rev sharing, and we're going to add 75 new scholarships, we've got to find ways to generate new revenue. And in this particular case, reseeding is something that we've been talking about for a couple of years now. Now, we thought we were going to do it in conjunction with the renovation of Bud. Obviously, our priorities changed with that. But I think the biggest thing is really, no matter where you do these, to empathize with people. I think empathy is really, really important. I haven't been coming to games for 30 years. And so I do appreciate that loyalty and that support. But quite frankly, we've got people that have been waiting to get basketball tickets and can't. So, for example, this past year, now granted, there was a lot of excitement around Coach Cal, but the last new donor that wanted to come in and get seats, it was our Broyles Matthews Silver level. It was a $5,000 level. So we think by going through this process, we're actually going to be able to increase the number of season ticket holders beyond the 2,900 that we have currently right now, to help more fans, and hopefully that results in more butts in the seats.
Okay, because I want to walk through that, because I just kind of did some country boy math yesterday. After you take out student tickets and ones the university retain, if I used a number of about 15,000 available seats, am I somewhere in the ballpark?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then if the average ticket holder has 4 seats, and I don't know if I'm right on that, that's 3,750 ticket holders. I know there's 19,200 seats, but there's not 19,200 people that buy tickets. So in the end, there's only going to be room. You're saying there's 2,900 now. Maybe that goes to 3,500, 3,800. Is my country boy math somewhere in the ballpark?
I'd say a little less than that. I think we're going to be able to help some folks, but yeah, I think it'll be less than 3,500.
So,
okay. So in the end, there's only going to be less than 3,500 people that this increased is going to force them to fork over the money and make that decision.
Yeah, Ryan, I just got a text from a season ticket holder who sat courtside for the duration since courtside tickets were being sold. We just took a call from Ron last segment about that he's been at 107 for umpteen years and has paid $1,200 and now is being told he has to pay $10,000 to keep his tickets. I think my biggest concern is all this as a guy that's grown up here is you've got all this new money in Northwest Arkansas that can afford these raises in ticket prices. And there have been fans that have sat through just crap of Arkansas basketball for about 2 decades that was not successful, did not have consistency, and yet they continue to pay for those season tickets, continue to show up, and continue to support the Hogs despite not necessarily having good basketball teams to watch. So how do you, and I know this is, you've got a million things, how do you balance that, like the money aspect versus the fans that have sat through games, sat through seasons, sat through stuff that has not been successful? Like, how hard and how difficult is that in your position?
Extremely, extremely difficult. I want to go back to one of the callers that said that they're being asked to give $10,000 to sit in 107. Nobody is saying that section is worth $10,000. Supply and demand will really dictate where people sit in the arena. What we're advising people to do is maximize what you can do on your giving. Put yourself in the best position. When you see the map and when we open this thing up and there's a ton of inventory, and the only people that those seats that will be locked up will be people that have given at the diamond level. Currently, right now, we have 54 brand new diamond level members. So those folks will be able to retain their current seats.
That's the $40,000. Is that the $40,000 level?
That is the $40,000 level.
All right.
We projected 70, and right now, as a part of our projections, that $4 to $6 million number, but we're now projecting in the range of 100 to 125. The biggest benefit is that people can retain their current seats and parking, regardless of quantity at that particular level.
Ryan, one of the other. No, you finish your thought. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to get back to your question, your other question, and I think it's a good question. I just think that we're in different time right now. we're being asked a lot in terms of, as Hunter alluded to the other day, we have a runway of about 12 months to try to figure out how we're going to generate $25 million. And so if we want to remain competitive and we want to remain in the SEC, one of the toughest conferences in the country, we have to look at opportunities like this. And yes, this does impact the fan. We understand that. We get that. We also have a lot of fans that maybe don't call in who are really excited about this and said, hey, man, I have 8 tickets in the building, and they're all over the place, and I'm going to be able to consolidate them all. And this is great. And we have a lot of people looking forward to it. So while there is a segment of the fan base that's frustrated, and I get it, we also have quite a few folks that have been waiting for this opportunity as well.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I did talk to a few season ticket holders that are happy about that because they felt like that they either didn't have the opportunity to get certain tickets, or in that situation you just kind of alluded to. I guess, Ryan, we're running short on time. You mentioned the SEC. One of the things that Tommy and I have talked about this week is maybe it would help Razorback fans understand it, and me and Tommy, Clay, whoever else, is to have a side-by-side of what these SEC foundation tiers are and match them up to what the Razorback Foundation is. I don't know if it's significantly less. I don't know if it's the middle. I got no idea where it's at. But that might be something that you comparatively show Razorback fans, say, this is what you're getting versus other places, and this is what you're paying compared to other SEC fan bases.
For sure. And we do that, and we benchmark and see what other schools are doing, and that was really the reason behind creating that new diamond level. We felt like we were on the lower end for one of our top giving levels, and our donors have responded to date, which we're greatly appreciative of. But we still have a long way to go. And I'll just say this in closing, we had 471 phone calls over the last 2 days. We've scheduled 50 in-person meetings with donors and prospective donors. And to date, we've had 117 donors increase their level for a net increase of just over $1 million. So we've had some really good momentum. What I want to tell Razorback Nation right now is if you have any questions about this, please call us. We want to talk to you. We've got time. The pledges are not due until March 31st. We're here to work with you, figure your situation out so that we can best position you for that reseeding that comes in August.
Ryan, last question. This is going to generate somewhere around $5 million, this reseeding that will help the foundation. What impact will that money have? What will that allow the foundation to do to support athletics?
Yeah, that money right now, Tommy, is planned to be earmarked for the rev sharing and also the additional scholarships that we plan to take on. Right now, that additional scholarships are going to range in the range of about $2.5 to $3 to $3.5 million. So the money that is generated from this will go towards both of those things.
Ryan White, head of the Razorback Foundation, their executive director. Ryan, I know, again, busy week. Appreciate you making time for us.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you,
Go
Ryan.
Hogs.
Did we miss anything?
Clay's back with us. Clay, I think we covered the bases, but what were your thoughts on Ryan's appearance here this morning?
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job. Good questions. I said I would send you some questions to ask, but you guys did it. But I think that the critical aspect is for everybody to understand that until they go through the process, you're not going to know exactly what the result is. You won't know until you get your chance to pick tickets what's there and what you can afford. In other words, how good are the seats? Yeah. But I do know there's an awful lot of people in there. There's young Razorback fans, there's doctors, there's lawyers that have the ability to jump in there, and they haven't been able to really accommodate them with what I would say decent seats.
Brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, the top provider for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete in Northwest Arkansas. If you need a load of sand or a truckload of concrete or gravel, they can bring it to you, whether it's a residential project you have going on at your home or large-scale commercial or industrial jobs. They do that as well. 479-587-3300 to get started. 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
I learned today that I'm a bad son. Apparently, my dad doesn't wear glasses anymore. He was texting. Apparently, he had cataract surgery in both of his eyes, and I didn't know that. So
new lenses. That's what he's got.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm usually an idiot for other things, but in this case, not knowing my own father's particulars is just add it to the list this morning.
As far as this reseeding and all of this goes, can you imagine not doing it? How do you expect to be competitive? And this is only $5 million. This is only a fraction of what they need to figure out. They're going to have to cut costs,
and that
raise
$25
revenues.
million is a year. It's not one time.
Exactly.
It's 3.5 in scholarships, 21.5 in the revenue share. So this is a yearly thing. It's not money, or it's not fun talking about money, but that's the reality, unfortunately.
Fast Break Friday, Hogs and Cats tomorrow. It's been brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. If your doctor's told you surgery, drugs, and downtime is what's going to be required for you, they can help heal those joints with their regenerative medicine and their orthobiologic cellular therapies right in their office. 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
Thanks, Clay. Appreciate it as always, buddy.
You got it. Glad to be here.
Halftime coming up next.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sportsbook